So I'm doing a thing, so we just gonna rock out. So my name is Janelle, for anybody who doesn't know. And let's see. I don't know, we'll just talk about life as I have lived it. I if it resonates, it resonates. If it does not, it does not. It is what it is. Um so I'm 38. I ironically just filed for divorce last week. Um And let me premise this. I am a smiler. I'm also a laugher. I laugh when I'm uncomfortable and I smile when I'm uncomfortable. I am not like that. So if I'm talking about something and I'm smiling and I'm laughing or I'm like, it's generally how I process. It's either that or full blown tears, and generally it takes some time to get to the full blown tears. But in uncomfortable conversations, I'm going to be smiling. I'm going to be like when I feel anytime like bad information, anything like I probably will smile first. I probably will smile first because it's like my brain is just like, whoa, wait, what's going on? What's going on? What's happening? And anyway, so yes, I filed for divorce on the 5th, and I'm in the process of going through that. I've been separated from my spouse officially. I gave him notification to leave in September, and then officially moved out in October. And just been finding myself. And granted, leading up to this, it was rocky because that's actually my third time leaving. And it was deep. It was deep. Deep, not in a way that, oh, I'm this perfect person and oh, this, you feel me? No. Marriage was ugly. It was ugly and there were beautiful parts, but it was very ugly. It brought out the worst in us. Towards the end, I was definitely battling insecurities. And so much so, I got into it with a chick, you feel me, outside of the Go Girl. And I had to go apologize to her on my brother-in-law's grave because she's a part of the, like in the family type unit, all of that, like a friend of the. And so when we went to go see my brother-in-law, his passing, he passed in 2022, so last year. We went to go for his birthday because he would have turned 30 last year. She was there, and I apologized. It was the first thing. Couldn't even say hi. This was like, I had to apologize because that's not who I want to be. And I can own when I'm operating in spaces that's not me, or that I don't want to be, because the other things become you. You feel me? Sometimes when you chip away at yourself to be agreeable, to be digestible, to be whatever something is needed at the time to make it function and flow, as opposed to removing yourself, you lose yourself. And I lost myself pretty badly. Not only did I lose myself, my kids were gone. They were right there, riding the wave with us, you feel me? And it was bad. And it's so crazy because I know a lot of people looked at it. It was like, oh, y'all, so it's so pretty. I wanted to. And nah, man, we was in there going through it, going through it until we weren't. And the more I learn about myself now, the more I can see different things, how I played a role in different environments and things of that nature. And one thing about me is I'm big on accountability. Like, if I fuck up, I'm gonna own my shit. Especially if I know I fucked up. Like, I'm gonna own my shit. But sometimes you just you're just not in alignment. And regardless of what you do, regardless of what you say, you all are looking at each other as the problem. And you are operating in space that, hey, this the problem, you the problem, you're not listening to me, you're not communicating, you're not and things are just tacking on. And we're really living and having human experiences. As a person, I try to not do harm to other people intentionally. Now, if you come and you send for me, then that's a different environment. But like, just off the strangers to be, So that's why when I find myself out of alignment with that, I'm gonna try to make amends. And I realized through this process, I'm also a people pleaser, and I wouldn't have thought that I was a people pleaser, but I am. You need me, I'm like, hey, okay. I was always that person. You need me, okay, all right, I'm there. You need me, okay. Then I realized that shit burnt me out. It burned me out. And how I knew it burned me out, dog, I would be at work, fucking, you know, doing whole 14, 12, 14 hour days where I don't have to. It was an 8 hour shift. You feel me? Doing stuff, doing what I need to be doing. And I heard something say, well, if you can't get all your work done in 8 hours, then you must not be working officially. And I was like, bitch, who the fuck are you? Because it's easy to say that when you're not realistic about the workload. And I will say this: I worked more when I made less. I worked more when I made less. And right now, I'm trying to get myself back up and running and functional and figuring out, well, what the fuck do you want to do, Janelle? What is it? You feel me? I just realized I was having a conversation with somebody and at the time I was like, dog, I never had real dreams. Like, I didn't have real dreams. Like, I didn't have anything that I wanted to aspire to. Like, like when I was younger, I wanted to be a doctor, and then I realized I was like, I don't like blood like that. And then everyone was like, well, you make a good lawyer. And I was like, I don't see myself doing that. And I could never, you feel me? I just ended up doing something. And being good at it because I'm going to be good. If I put my mind to it, I'll be good at it. Just because that's just who I am as a person. Like, I won't say it's a perfectionism type thing, but if I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it well. You feel me? But it's the motivation there. And after you do something, you go in a direction for so long, and you keep doing something, you keep doing something, and you realize, like, I am not fulfilled by any stretch of the imagination. Like, this is not fulfilling. Yeah. And it really bothers you. And I won't even say it wasn't fulfilling, it wasn't what I wanted to do. I'm very good in customer acumen, customer engagement, client management. And the reason that I'm very good at it because I believe in white glove customer service. I believe in that because that's how I want to be treated. So I'm going to treat you the way that I want to be treated. And so that was always a highlight. It was always a plus. Working with people and interacting with people and helping people and doing what you feel me. But I remember sitting at work, sitting in the office, and we had this big glass window. And the college students are walking past, just living their life, and it's warm and it's sunny outside, and I'm in the fucking office. Doing fucking work that can be automated. And I was just like, yeah, I'm not. Like, it used to blow me. And then, you feel me, I decided I wanted to be studious. And I decided I wanted to go get my master's degree. So that took up more time. And while I was getting my master's degree, I was working 2 jobs. I was a financial aid counselor. And then I was working at Smoky Bones. And so 3 days out the week, oh yeah, I would leave fucking Bowie, go over to fucking Smoky Bones, work from Smoky Bones from 6 to fucking 3 in the morning. And because I was always a fucking closer. Because they're like, oh, she closes well because I'm a little bit older. Now, like, I think the night shift, I think I might have been the oldest one on the night shift, like server-wise. But it was cool. I make pretty good money for what I needed it for. Like, I wanted to do shit. I wanted to travel. I wanted to go on vacations. I wanted to be able to buy the things that I wanted to be able to buy. I realized your level of comfort and your level of how you view yourself as successful is based on how you are able to address your needs and your wants. If you can address all of your needs and some of your wants, you're gonna live pretty comfortably. You're all right. But where people start to have the challenges is when they're not able to address their needs, or maybe they're able to address their needs, but they can't address their wants. You're going to get burnt out because you're going to be doing just for your basic necessity and survival, and you can't enjoy anything. You feel me? But if you can't meet your needs, it's really like, you feel me? You could be walking around like with this edge to you. And I realized that at some point we was walking around with an edge to me, and I was like, yeah, we need some more money. So yeah, I did that. I was working got my master's degree and all that other stuff. And yeah, it was a lot. And so I get to this point now where I'm just like, I've gone one way in a direction for so long. And I'm just like, what the fuck does this even mean? A lot of the stuff I'm so disconnected from because I realized that I got fired in 2024 and I got fired and if people who know me, they know, oh, Janelle, you was in justice mode. You were speaking up, weren't you? Yes, I was. Yes, I was, because that's just who I am. I'm probably most likely, you feel me, when something I see is, egregiously wrong, I'm more like, but hey, that, I don't like that. I might observe for a second and be like, hey, I don't like that. This is having quite their stories behind this type of behavior. So yeah, but, yeah, I got let go February 2024. And it was devastating because it was the most money I'd ever been making. I was the family breadwinner, and it was just like, ooh, you gotta go back to start, girl. You gotta figure, this out again. And they were not hiring and all kind of stuff, like putting applications out, this, that, and third. But I told myself I never wanted to work for somebody again. I never wanted to work for somebody again. I never wanted anybody to have the ability to remove food off of my table. Especially because if I don't align with your ideology at some point, or if I originally did, I'm like, yeah, this is amazing, this is cool, I like, what's going on, or I still align with it, but how you might be handling it might be a little bit crazy. Like you're walking into dangerous waters, and given how you are connected, this doesn't necessarily look good because from a legal standpoint, you gotta tighten it up. But I just never wanted, after a certain point you get tired of fulfilling other people's dreams. And then you have to go and figure out, well, what the fuck is my dream? I've been a mom for years. I became a mom at 20. And then right after that I had my son, 23? So 22, 23, somewhere around there. And yeah, and then I decided, you feel me? Hey, go ahead and COVID baby. Yes. With my little baby. So I got one about to go to college and one that's about to go to kindergarten or pre-K 4. So, drastic difference. And the first time I saw my 4-year-old argue with my 17-year-old, comedy. I mean, I really laughed out loud. And mind you, they were dressed similarly, like they had the same color on. Could not get it together. Like, when I say I'm easily amused, I'm most likely to laugh in a wild ass situation. Most likely going to bust out laughing. And I used to have to give the disclaimer to people like, please know my heart, because if it's funny, I'm gonna laugh. If it's, you feel me, if you fall, please don't do something in front of me where you are going to feel some kind of way if I bust out laughing because I cannot get it together. I'm one of those that please don't make eye contact with me. So much so, like, at my uncle's funeral, they brought the singer out, they gassed that joint up. Gassed her up. And she started singing. My brother immediately turns and looks me dead in my shit. And I'm just like, please don't look at me. Don't look at me. I'm not good for it. But yeah, I digress. And you will find I digress a lot because I'm easily distracted and I will go off on 1,000,001 topics before we get to where we need to be. But anyway, so yeah, in Momville, you feel me? My girls randomly be arguing. My son, he be, peace, love, and hair grease, big as shit. I remember him being so little now, he towers over me. And I just be like, yo, this is wild. He like damn near eye level with my dad. My dad like 6'4", so we be there like, okay. But I've been a mom for a long time. I've been a working mom. And as a working mom, going to school, like my kids literally have sat in each Each degree that I got, they sat in class with me. When I was getting my associates, my daughter would be in class with me. So much so, I remember one day I had to, she was fussing so bad, I had to sit outside the classroom. I had to literally get a desk, put it outside the classroom, and learn from outside the classroom because somebody was like, they were complaining because she was doing so much. My kids have done presentations with me. Like, I have used them as props in my presentation. And I was getting my master's. It was a weekend program, so they would be in there all day. They were the cohort kids, and so much so my kids loved because they had the slushies and the pizza and stuff like that. So yeah, they really enjoyed it. But yeah, when you do all of that and you continue to do that and you keep going down a path and you are working and you're working and you're working and you're all these different missions and visions and da 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 da. Yeah, you get to a point when they let me go. It was like brain freeze. And I have all of these ideas. I have all of these great things that I've done, like books that I've written, like published. You feel me? I got a poetry book. I got a self-help book that I'm like walking through and everything that I designed myself. Color books, all kind of like stuff. Leadership guide, all kind of like different stuff like that I've put together, cultivated because of the skill sets that I actually had, the stuff that I've gone through, that I've dealt with. And yeah, I realize it's marketing. Marketing is not necessarily like I'm learning more about it. And one of the things is as you go through in a certain space, you're like, well, I really need to know that because I'm not going to go down that path. Well, yeah, you're going down that path now, baby. And you need to know. And because I'm so like I be on social media just for the laughs, just for the shits and giggles and shit. Now I was like, no, you want to make content. You want to make content, go make content. Now you got to figure this shit out. And so yeah, and now it's everybody wants authenticity. They don't want this pretty nice. Well, that is authentic to me because I want my shit. If I'm putting out my motherfucking shit, if I'm putting my name to it, my brand to it, I want the shit to look good. I want to take my time with it. Yes, but y'all want to know the story behind it. It is just me. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Like, what you see is what you get. Like, it's what you see is what you get. So much so, at my brother's funeral, no one knew, because story for another day, but yeah. When I stood up to speak, no one knew what was going to happen. Because mind you, I was not on the program to speak. My name is spelled wrong. My cousin's name, and somebody else's name is spelled wrong. Like, it's a lot. Like, my mother and father essentially did not get to view my brother's casket being closed. Yeah. He's sitting in an unmarked grave now. Granted, some of this is because of the choices that he made in life. And you feel me? It is what it is. But we're the ones bearing the brunt of it without having, you feel me? But anyway, story for another day. So yeah, we were all mad. Like, my mother was strapped in the fucking funeral. When I tell people that, they be like, no, yes, my mother is strapped in the fucking shit. She's generally, you feel me, but strapped. And everybody, like, my cousins, they're not dressed the fuck up. They got on regular ass clothes, sitting there like, hey, we gonna do what we gotta do. If whatever needs to happen, we're going to do it. And I'm nice, prim, proper, pretty, and all this other shit, but I got on pants for a reason, because usually, you wear a nice little dress or whatever. Yeah, I got on pants just in case. Just in case. And then I was able to say my piece. Because I refused. I was like, I refuse for my brother to be, going from this world. And I not speak on that man. That man was my first friend. That's my first friend in this life. And I don't make friends well. And I say I don't keep friends well. Like, I have a hard time in social interactions. Like, I'm very socially awkward. Very socially awkward. If you see me, I am more in my head about how confused I am about the environment or what the fuck is going on, and trying not to offend people. Like that, and so much so, because again, people pleaser, I'm trying to come out of that space. Because, the goal is just to exist. So I be trying to make myself small to not bother people. If you ever see me out, I be sitting in the back, I be in the back chilling, I be at the bar, you feel me? Just vibing out. Because I generally be going, mentally I be going through it. I'm a lot be going on. Like I said, just filed for divorce. And that was devastating because I was with somebody for literally almost all of my adult life. Changes, loss of a sibling, loss of their sibling, loss of their aunt, loss of their cousin, loss of their granddad, pregnancies, miscarriages, shit abortions, home buying, repossessions, car stolen, like life happened. Life, graduations, promotions, all kind of shit. Life has happened. Life has happened. And you think you're going to do forever with a person. And you don't. And you don't. And I left. Like, I want to premise that I left. Because I realized it wasn't going to change. It wasn't going to change. Regardless of what I did. What was going on. What was happening, what wasn't happening. When people get comfortable with you, your presence, who you are, and you don't set clear boundaries, you make it easy for them to walk over your boundaries or your pain points, they're gonna keep doing that shit. So you gotta stand on business at some point. You gotta stand on that shit. Like, yeah, nah, you can't treat me like this. You cannot play with me like this. And I'm a person because I don't like conflict for real. I like, it's gonna sound crazy. I do like the what comes with conflict. With some what comes with conflict, I do enjoy that. But I don't like conflict. I will try to remove myself at the highest levels. I'm gonna always try to remove myself. If it even feels like that shit, I'm gonna try to dead that shit immediately. Like, I'm gonna have a conversation. Like, hey, are we good? Is everything okay? Like, and excuse me, like, I've been sick, so I'm gonna try to avoid all of that, like, at the highest levels. Like, not even about to play. Like, I will go ask a question real quick. Hey, is everything okay? Like, are we good? Is this what's happening? Because I'd be confused. Because like I said, social cues. But I feel like I'll feel the vibe or the energy be weird. So I just be like, this is strange. And I'm not sure why it's strange. This is strange because of me. Is it strange if it's just me? Then it's, hey, are you good? And sometimes, people just be going through stuff, through shit. And you could be irritating in that moment. Like, dog, my kid told me I was annoying. Like I sent out to people, like, give some things to describe me, some adjectives or whatever to describe me. And my kid, as bold as that motherfucker is, because she real, one of hers was annoying. And I was having a conversation with somebody, and I had to tell them, I was like, yeah, I was real hurt by that. Like, I was really hurt. It was like, why? Why were you hurt? And I was like, cause I don't want to be annoying to my kid. You feel me? That's just weird. And then they were like, but you're gonna be, because you got to set the boundaries. You're the person. You're not gonna be fun all the time. You're the one that got to be like, no. Like, you're going to be annoying sometimes, and you should be. It should not be where you always feel good. Not even in really any relationship should you always feel good, because you have to establish boundaries. There's going to be pain points. There's going to be times where, like, you're going to have to establish the no. You're going to have to establish, like, yeah, no, we cannot move past this. This is it. And I think we get so caught up in wanting to be liked. And granted, as a person, I generally have no problem having any level of discussion with anybody in that way. But I don't like people feeling any kind of way. So I make concessions with myself a lot. So much so, I'm learning now the things that I actually like and don't like. Because, to give you an example, I'm the type of person, if it's a group of us and people are like, oh, like, what are we about to go do? Well, we go skating, we go bowling, or we go to the bar, we go to go-go, I'm cool, and I might want to go to the go-go. Like, I might, like, that might be my, like, yes, I want to go to the go-go. Let's do that. But if we don't, if we go somewhere else, I'm cool. Like, okay, it is what it is. But I do that so often that I ignored my wants. And I realized that wasn't necessarily a good thing, because that's people pleasing behavior. That's not like if anybody play The Sims, you play The Sims, and you know your little sim, especially with Sims 4, that joint get bad with its aspiration is what you're not doing it. It's like, am I in control of my life? Yeah, you don't even realize that shit. You don't even realize that you really need it. And you realize you need to do things that you enjoy, that you specifically want to enjoy. And that's why, like, with work, when I have to go to places and I go by myself, and now I can go like walk around and I can go eat, and I don't have to worry about nothing else. As parents, people who are parents, I am a strong believer you need to do something solo to the point where you do not have to give a fuck about nobody else's opinion. You are not responsible for nobody else except for yourself, so that you can understand what the fuck it's like to exist just for you in the moment, because it makes you better. It makes you a better person. It allows you to be able to connect better, because then you know, is this my opinion for real? Is this who I really am, or is this who I have become in proximity to other people? Because if this is who I become in proximity to other people, how much of other people am I embodying, and how much of myself am I not embodying? That should really make a difference. I did my first solo cruise. I had a fucking ball. I'm boring. I just and boring in a way, like, I like adventure, but I like to chill. Like, so I go read, go to the piano bar. Like, okay, so you cruise on Carnival. I love Carnival. People talk shit about it, but I love Carnival. It's just enough ratchet and enough enough bougie for me to exist. Because I'm in the middle. I cannot stand. I can't stand the hoity-toity, the snobbish. I hate elitism, highest of levels. Hate that shit. That shit make my ass itch. So, I hate that shit. I'm not a fan of it. Because it just feel like it's just pretentious, and in a way, like, dog, we ain't got to be like that. We could chill. like I don't care. Like, I'm not checking for none of this shit. So yeah. So, like, you go on Carnival, you know how there's steakhouse. The piano bar plays for the steakhouse. And generally before a certain time, before they playing the show tunes and everything, like, we play like real good classical music. Like, they're generally just in there playing and shit. So I'll go and like sit and listen to the music and just listen to the bands play and stuff like that. Like, on certain shifts they have that, you know, they have band bar, they have the bands and stuff in there. I'll listen to them sometimes in the Red Frog, like in that joint, they'll have a band or something playing. So I'll go and I'll listen to the music. I read my book and stuff like that. The spas, like, you can get a lot of like spa credits, and you know they do raffles and stuff like right before, like, it's right around the time when the ship leaves. They'll give you raffles, and I've won several times. Like, I don't want $100, like, don't want free like spas and stuff like that. And then I did the thermal suite, so like I upgraded for that. It was like $100, $130. So I upgraded for that, and amazing, because like the little warm chairs and stuff, and you can go into like the different like little thermal pockets, what do you call them? Like sauna rooms. There's saunas. Oh my goodness, the little saunas. You can go in the different ones. It's like really nice. It's very relaxing. And then you get like discounts off too. So it was cool. And I'm not a fan of Carnival's buffet. Like, I'm not. I do not like. I had really one bad experience where like the whole cruise, like the lines were so long, and I was like, absolutely the fuck not. So I prefer to go sit in the dining room and eat. And so every night I would, you know, if it was Captain's Bar, dress up. You feel me? I'd go sit down and eat and have myself a good time. Give me a bottle of wine, and they would just, you know, bring it out when I needed it. For that night, they would hold on to it, and that was it. So amazing time. Even though I'm still in, well, I'm not shopping at Target anymore, but any of people who do, or you feel me, if you are going down to the terminal, because you can bring certain things on, get that shit site to store, or get it like available, so when you're coming from like the airport or your hotel, you could just pick that shit up and go, then take it right on the boat with you, because you can bring on certain like sodas and shit like that, snacks, definitely a whole bunch of snacks and stuff. 2 bottles of wine, well, 1 bottle of wine per adult. Little shit like that. Like you order your water in advance, so it's already in the room. And shit, I like to put money on the room. I like to put money on the room so we can like chip at that. And then I like to bring, which is more recent, I wasn't doing this before, but I like to bring cash for my tips, so I could just tip them right then and there. And when I say the bartenders had me at that joint, so just literally, but I haven't cruised since last December, not 2024 with the kids, because I like take my kids. I like to do something for me, but I love to take my kids, especially my baby, because I want her to be, she got she's on the spectrum, has not been diagnosed, but you could tell. And so we do the speech, and then she has an IEP, all this other stuff. So we do a lot to help, make sure we get her up to speed so that she can function in society effectively. Because one thing that I do know, and I know a lot of people, they might not agree with me, but I done seen otherwise. People do not give a shit about you when you are not able-bodied, when you are not 150%. They do not give a fuck. They don't give a fuck about you if you are completely regular. They damn sure is not giving a fuck about you and holding space for you and making certain that you're okay and that you have the things that you need. No, society unfortunately does not hold space for people. It barely holds space for kids. And the reason I say that, I've had different experiences to where I know that to be a fact. I watched that shit. Some of my worst experiences as a kid clearly came from adults. Adults that were in power, that, you feel me, And so I have a soft spot. Like, I want to be a safe space. I always want to be a safe space for people, but kids, hey, I don't know what you go back to. So I generally, like, if kids are around me, you going back fed. If you're in my kids are having play dates and shit with y'all, you're going back. Like, my kids have extra money to make certain that everybody can eat. You feel me? If I going back fed. And it could be my last, like, especially now, like, going back fed, making certain I'm holding space for you to just exist and just to be a damn kid, because there's not especially where I'm at right now, there's not a lot of spaces for kids just to be kids, just to exist. Like, if you grew up in the DMV in like the 90s and early 2000s, and you understand how many spaces do not exist now for kids just to be kids. Like, we was at the go-go, we was having a ball, like, we was outside living life, and that just does not really exist for them. So I'm really cognizant of that, but I got introverts because I'm an introvert. So now it's like we were trying to force them to get out the house and be like, oh, come on, let's go do stuff. And my kids are homeschooled as well, so it's like, I would try to do the museums and, different things like that. But I like going into DC for a very specific reason right now. We're not gonna get into but I can't really park in DC. So, can't really park. But we could do the metro. Hey, go down to the zoos and stuff like that. Like, I know, and I have a hard time with the zoo too. I have a hard time with like aquariums and zoos because I look at it very differently. And mind you, this is more so as I've gotten older over the years. Like, there's certain things I wouldn't do now because I don't look at it as humane. So, yeah, and my kids now, that has rubbed off on them. But yeah, we go to museums and stuff, and I told them we outside all summer. We outside all summer. We doing something. Every week I need to make certain I'm doing something, at least one thing for me and one thing for them, so that we are outside. I try to take my daughter to my baby babies to the park, and my big ones, they be like, I want to park. I don't want to park, But yeah, we try to make certain that we do different stuff so that we get our sun time, be outside, let the sun love on us. But that's alright, I got the rambling. I don't even know how I got here. I don't know how I got here, but yeah, I'm in a season of not letting life, but I feel like I'm failing. I feel like I'm failing on all day. Like, some days a win is, Janelle, you got up. You washed your ass. Good job. You washed your ass. I'm proud of you. Some days, I have to, make it a point. I seen this one girl on Instagram. I love her dearly. I can't think of her name right now. But she's like, you a star. You a star. Brick by brick. Every day, just lay your brick. One brick. Brick by brick. Brick by brick. And no, seriously, that works. Because as you're building things, slow progress is progress. And I take this from her specifically. When you keep trying to do so much all the time, that's how I was burnt out. Because I was trying to do so much all the time. Busy. And that's not what I like. I like peace. I like slow mornings. I love slow mornings. Like, to be able to wake up calmly, comfortably, to be able to listen to your music, get your breakfast in. You feel me? Talk to your kids. Slow, intentional. Like, slow and intentional. Going to bed. It's calm. It's calm. It's no, it's all but yelling and and all that. Intentional, calm. You feel me? It helps the nervous system. I like yoga. I don't do that shit all the time. But I'm very spiritual in terms of, like, very intentional. Talk to the ancestors type. Got my little altar. And non-traditional, because hey, it is what it is. Because what works for you might not work for me. What works for me might not work for you. As long as you believe in what you believe in, and I believe in what I believe in, that's cool. I'm not here to change anything, and I'm not here to also disrespect your beliefs. Now, granted, when I was younger, I used to have many debates about religion and all that other shit, but I got to the point, dog, life is hard. Whatever you do, whatever you are doing to be able to get up in the morning and keep going, baby, I'm not about to fight you with it. As long as you're not doing harm, intentionally trying to do harm to other people, I ain't got no dog in that fight. If you like it, I love it. Because it is hard. It is hard. Dog, everybody got a story. Everybody is going through something. And the way we interact with people impacts that. If you are walking around here taking out your frustrations on other people, knowing or unknowing, but I'm going to let you all know, knowing that people are going through things, baby, please go sit with yourself. Please go sit with yourself. Because you do not want to be someone's 13th reason why. You do not want to be the reason somebody skips a meal today. Or somebody, you feel me, any kind of thing. I be hearing the shit people be saying, and that shit be crazy to me. Because I be like, dog, please go and heal. Please go and heal. I saw a clip one day of this chick on TikTok, and she was like, I moved to your vacation spot. And I was like, huh? That's crazy. And the reason it was crazy for me is because on vacation, you know what, I'm not thinking about anybody the fuck else. I'm not thinking about nobody else. Like, I'm literally like, the things that be in my mind, dog, what am I about to eat today? What am I about to put on? Like, and don't let me not be with my kids. Oh, I'm really not thinking about that thing. Because you feel me, like, I know my kids are good. So, like, shit. What time do I have to wake up? Shit, Janelle, which bathing suit you put on today? I am a little bit more modest now. I do. Last time I wore a bikini, I looked at it and I was like, no, I don't want to do that no more. So I wear my little cute little bathing suits. But yeah, I couldn't imagine moving to paradise. And one of the thoughts that I have is, yeah, I'm shitting on you bitches. Look, I moved to your vacation spot. Please stop it. And I'm not even trying to be funny. Please stop. Please. Figure out why that was your motivation. Because that means you're not happy for real. You just want shit on somebody. You just want to flex on somebody instead of literally enjoying paradise. like enjoying life around you. Like this. So like literally in the fall, you know, little Pocahontas, how the leaves be all circling and doing all this shit. Dog, I seen that shit, like leaves circling, and it was magical. The sun was beaming in a certain way. I was like, oh shit, this is amazing. You get like that when shit like that is magical and beautiful to you when you don't give a fuck about nothing else. And when I say shit that's irrelevant, I don't give a fuck what nobody else fucking doing. And let me explain why I excuse me all of my F-bombs. I cuss like a sailor. It's who I am. I don't give a fuck what nobody else is fucking doing. You know why? Because what you eat don't make me fucking shit. It's not. It's not about to make me. It's not about to do nothing. Do I want you to be happy? Absolutely. Do I want you to be happy at my expense? No. No. You cannot be happy at my expense, meaning that I have to lessen myself for you to find joy. No. No, because that shouldn't happen. But should I be happy because you are not where I deem or what I deem successful? Should I get happiness off of what I perceive to be your failure, your struggling? No, that's crazy behavior. No, not in the slightest. You know why? Because why? Why are you ecstatic that, yeah, I did it on you bitches? What? That's crazy. Okay. Did that make you feel better? Clearly no, because you talk about it. No, it didn't. Because you are in what you have defined as paradise. You are living what you have defined as your best life. And you're thinking about everybody the fuck else but your own personal fucking enjoyment. And the reason that I ain't even perceive this right now is because I am battling insecurities, and because I'm battling